JBN, we keep you informed. 7 and 8 miles Bull Bay under quarantine. Jamaica declared disaster area. The entire communities of 7 miles and 8 miles in Bull Bay on the St. Andrew-St. Thomas border have been placed under quarantine, initially for 2 weeks, as Jamaica ramps up efforts to contain the spread of the deadly novel coronavirus COVID-19. The development came as Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared the entire island a disaster area. He made the announcement during a press conference at Jamaica House on Friday evening. Members of the Jamaica Defence Force JDF and the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF have been deployed to the area to restrict movement in and out of the communities. There are 8 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Jamaica, including patient 0, the first confirmed case on the island, who spent time in the Bull Bay communities. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie said contact tracing in the area has revealed that the first confirmed case came in contact with at least 30 persons. 8 of these individuals are now symptomatic. Woman shot dead in Greater Portmore. The Portmore Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the murder of a woman by unknown attackers in the 8 West community of Greater Portmore, St. Catherine on Thursday evening. The woman was reportedly shot dead at the gate in front of her home. A frantic voice note making the rounds on social media suggests that she was shot dead by men who were on a crime spree, committing at least 2 robberies in the area before climaxing in a deadly encounter with the woman. According to the voice note, the men reportedly escaped in a black station wagon Subaru with foreign license plates. The corporate communication unit confirmed that a woman had been shot and killed in an incident in Greater Portmore, but had no details about the incident. Trelawney woman held in relation to seized AK-47 assault rifle and more. The Trelawney police have taken a woman into custody for questioning in connection with the siege of an AK-47 assault rifle. A number of assorted rounds of ammunition and lottery scamming paraphernalia that were found at the house where she was an occupant on Wednesday. Reports are that during an operation, members of a police military team went to a house in D-side Trelawney where they conducted a search. The search yielded an AK-47 rifle with a magazine attached containing 15 rounds of ammunition, 33 7.62 rounds of ammunition, along with 133 lead sheets and 10 exercise books, both containing identity information of persons living overseas. The seized rifle was the 3rd firearm recovered by the Trelawney police since the start of the year. Last year, the police in the parish recovered 23 legal guns in the parish, a big improvement over the 8 guns that were seized there the previous year. 74-year-old Portland man suspected of committing suicide. 74-year-old Vincent Marriott, a watchman of Anchovy, Port Antonio in Portland, is suspected to have committed suicide in his community on Wednesday, March 11. Reports on the Port Antonio police saw that Marriott's body was discovered by residents about 10:30 a.m. and they summoned the lawmen. The body was found hanging by a piece of rope around his neck tied to the branch of a tree, the police said. Mandeville woman who shared a flight with patient 0 panicking. Councillors attached to the Manchester Municipal Corporation have expressed concern about transportation protocol in dealing with people affected by COVID-19 after a woman in the parish who shared a flight with patient 0 expressed worry about traveling to get medical attention. Speaking at the monthly meeting of the corporation yesterday morning, People's National Party councillor for the John Saul Division, Faith Sampson, disclosed that the woman who was on board the British Airways Flight 2263, which landed in Jamaica on March 4, is worried about traveling to get medical attention. I would like to know what protocols are in place in terms of how patients or suspected cases of COVID-19 are transported to the medical facilities. And upon arrival at the facilities, what is done in terms of how they are treated, she said. I am referring to a case this morning where someone called me and they were panicking. Their close relative came in on the flight that patient 0 was on. She was in the Mile Gully area before she moved up to Mandeville. She was coughing and panicking, the councillor added. Sampson said the individual is concerned about getting to the hospital as she relies on public transportation. After speaking with medical personnel, I was told to inform the person to go to the hospital, but the person is concerned as she has no right for herself, and she is saying if she's infected, she might infect the taxi driver and other persons. So she wanted to know what is the transportation protocol, as the number that was listed was not working, said Sampson. Councillors also raised concerns about how many ambulances will be assigned to transport suspected cases of the COVID-19, and if the Mandeville Regional Hospital will be used as the main facility to isolate patients from the other two parishes, Clarendon and St. Elizabeth, which fall under the Southern Regional Health Authority. In response, Acting Medical Officer of Health Shanette Blair Walters disclosed that a meeting was scheduled for yesterday afternoon at the Southern Regional Health Authority's office in Mandeville to guide in the decision-making process. She disclosed that the isolation unit at Mandeville Regional Hospital has 2 beds. The isolation unit has a specific service size, so it can only hold 2 beds at this point in time. The plan is that, should we need more space for isolation, then we will convert a ward. So wards are being prepared now with that in mind. There will be dedicated wards at the Mandeville Regional and Percy Junior Hospitals, she said. COVID-19 worries Mocha residents. Mocha residents are now in panic, as a resident there is suspected to have the coronavirus. The information was relayed at the monthly sitting of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation on Thursday by a councillor for the division, Romain Morris. He said that he has been bombarded with calls from the panicked residents. I have got phone calls from morning asking for intervention and what will be done, Morris reported to the meeting. He also informed that only 25% of the community has access to potable water, using that as the backdrop to request additional funding in order to have at least 30 loads of water trucked to the area. Sharing the seriousness of the situation, Morris said the person who is suspected to have the virus operates a shop in the community, and he also hosted a bingo game which many attended. Morris informed during an interview that there is an increased sense of panic in the community. I am quite sure that the Ministry of Health will be intervening and will play a keen role in this. So what I'm asking now is for residents to be calm and listen to all the guidelines that the ministry has released, he said. Winston Mirage, Mayor of Maypen, acknowledged that he heard about the situation. We have been getting the reports, and I can assure you the health department is on top of it, Mirage said. Too late to panic, say Holy Childhood parents, after Holy Childhood High School sent students home yesterday to facilitate sanitation of the campus. One nervous mother was seen spraying her child with disinfectant before allowing her to enter a vehicle. She later explained that she was very nervous, but trying her best to do all she can to prevent being infected by the novel coronavirus, COVID-19. I am trying to stay positive, do all I need to do, and sensitize my kids to all they need to do, she said. At about 10:25 a.m. yesterday, parents were sent a text message from the school advising HCHS classes will be suspended at 10:40 a.m. to facilitate sanitization of the campus. School reopens tomorrow at the regular time. Check your email. When the school was visited, some parents seemed resigned to the sudden disruption in their usual routine, saying it is far too late to panic. The lady who had the disease first was out and about for about 5 days before her status was confirmed, so she would have come in contact with several people over those days. Panicking now is kind of late to me, said one mother. It already spread from her alone. Allegedly, she hung out with her baby father, who is a bus driver, and he would interact with other people and so on. I just think at this point the most we can do is to be safe but not panic. Another parent agreed. We can't stop it. We have to come in contact with money and all sorts of things. The best thing to do is to take precautions. The lady who did have it, she come down on the plane through the airport and wherever else. We just have to also pray to God that we not catch it, the parents said. Some students said they were less worried about contracting the virus than about the school administration's failure to inform them about why school was being dismissed. We heard that a girl in grade 9 has corona. Then we heard about another girl in grade 7 showing symptoms. Today we are in a section of the school and we only heard, ladies, go to your form room. Ladies, go to your form room. When we were in the class, they did the prayer and told us we were dismissed. That was it, the grade 7 student said. Nobody is telling us what is happening, and when we ask, they're going to tell us that we're too young or we should ask our parents, the student noted, adding that she also believes the school administration took too long to act. According to the child, There was no water on campus for 2 days and proper hygiene could not be practiced. How can they be telling us to constantly wash our hands and there is no water here for 2 days and school was in session? The child questioned, adding that school should have been dismissed as soon as there was an issue with accessing water. Attempts to get a comment from the school's administration proved futile. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.